Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is Starsector version 0.95.1 ARC6. And this is the Mora Plus, the Medley Mora Plus. So what we've done is we have the same loadout as the Medley Mora on the fighter base, and we have replaced one of the Pila with we replaced the pylon with another Typhoon Reaper launcher. So we have two Reaper pods now. We have looking cannons all around and a single light mortar. So that's our armaments for that. Now for our hull mods, we have expanded missile racks, heavy armor, and reinforced bulkheads. All three of those built in. These are the three most expensive ones. These are the two most expensive ones that we use, and these three are all the same cost. We're just going to go with reinforced bulkheads because it's just nicer to build in. After that, we're just going to max out vents. Why max out vents instead of increasing capacitors, you might be asking? Well, here's the thing. Now the Mora vents, you have to think about the damper field as a sort of mini flux, a sort of mini vent. So if the Mora is able to do these mini vents and it's able to get rid of a lot of its flux very quickly, then that makes these mini vents almost like fluxes, almost like full vents on their own. The hardened shields makes it so that it takes far less damage when it takes any kind of flux damage, whenever it takes any shield damage. So that means this 400 becomes far more valuable, meaning that this flux dissipation is far more useful as well. So that is really powerful. Now we have all of these as that, and we're about to go toe-to-toe with, and not all of them are super jacked, unfortunately. That's okay, we won't need all of them. Let's go fight this Remnant Ordo. It has two battleships, a couple of, I think those are called Brilliants, it's been a while. So it has two Brilliants, it has a bunch of Radiants, and some other support ships. As you can see, this is a 4-star. This should absolutely wreck us. We should have no chance of victory against this. Except, we do. And so we're just going to continue, and we want to just spam out carriers. So we don't want to use these ones yet. We want to use those last if we can. Alright, I guess we can use one of the more expensive ones. Why not? Two of the more expensive ones just to get up there. But alright. What we're going to do is we're going to turn on full assault, and we are just going to enjoy the slaughter. Well, I guess we can go over here and capture that. So we at least have something. And after we have contact with the enemy, then we will slaughter them. But there isn't a whole lot for us to do right now. We haven't installed any mods yet, aside from like command console. So we are still pretty much entirely vanilla at the moment. So this this guy's coming in. That's a terrible decision on his part. That Glimmer is about to get absolutely annihilated. Get Ada Reaper, so that didn't work too well for it. But we can sit on this point and, well, I think we can actually... No, we can't push anything else out right now. But we'll let these ships come in and just get annihilated by our fighters as we try to defend this. That guy's super dead. This guy's super dead. And I think it's about time we full assault. So, let's go enjoy the slaughter. Now we are going to lose some Moras here, but because we have reinforced bulkheads, it really doesn't matter. And because we have a lot of lag, if we move around, I mean, there you go. We move when the game isn't paused. I'm just going to try and sit on something and move as little as possible for you guys. Now, as you can see, the or I'm going to try and move very slowly so the game doesn't lag that much. Now that Brilliant is going to cause a lot of problems, and it has a bunch of Reapers. So the thing is, everything's just so friggin' resilient. Now, the AI, especially for the remnants, they are really good at maintaining their flux without. They're really good at not getting overloaded unless they're just completely overwhelmed. So we're not really going to overload this guy until everything else is dead. Everybody else, though, will slowly get ripped apart. Okay, there goes that Lumen. That's nice. And as you can see, a lot of the Moras are doing really well. This guy's probably dead, super dead. But that's okay. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because I can just do that. So there goes that enemy battle carrier. This is bad for that guy because that means now he's just going to get overwhelmed and slaughtered. And we have these two Moras over here, sort of just doing their thing as they full assault. Let's see how this guy's doing. Probably very bad. Because Moras tend to work best when they're in a big carrier ball. Now we can see this Radiant? Yeah, this Radiant is starting to take a lot of hull damage. He's getting focused on by like 6 Moras. And so he's pretty much dead at this point. He just doesn't know it. And yeah, this is the power. There's just so many Reapers going into his shields. He just has to take some down and just eat it. Oh no, we lost 2 Moras. Oh well. Get in there. And down that Radiant goes. Without us doing anything, by the way. We haven't given them any orders. We just told them to go in and slaughter everything. That is precisely what they are doing. For better or for worse. Now these smaller ships are just going to get absolutely torn apart. And have they sent in another Radiant yet? It doesn't look like it. So the Radiant will be a little bit of a problem, but not really. Because once all the support craft are dead, it pretty much just gets surrounded by, I don't know, like 20 Moras worth of fighters and just annihilated. Alright, so this guy seems to have probably taken some damage there. And his flux is really high up there. So he can't really soak as much as he would like. And well, there he goes. This guy, not gonna be dead yet. And also the other thing here is that the fighters actually create a sort of screen for enemy missiles. Now how's it going over here? There's that other battleship. Most of the support ships are dead. There's like these over here which are not long for this world. There are these 2 guys who are just getting hunted down by these Moras. They don't move very fast, but these guys are trying to engage. He's almost dead. Once he dies, this guy's going to just evaporate pretty quickly. And this Radiant is starting to plow into these guys. He's really damaged. If we wanted to, we could tell him to withdraw. We're not going to. We can just recover them anyway, so we don't really care. And yeah, down that guy goes. Him. So now this guy is going to die very quickly. In response to that, we can see his hull is just plummeting. There's absolutely no chance. And there goes shields. Let's see, is there anything else we can push out there? Ew. Oh, let's do that. Alright, so, oh no! We lost another one. But now they have a problem. This is the only guy, this guy is currently trying to solo this guy for some reason. But these guys are going to just absolutely annihilate this guy in short order. And then that Brilliant is going to get surrounded and just annihilated by all these Moras. There's just nothing he can really do about it. And this guy is already just getting wrecked. His flux is going to be high all the time, and then once his flux is permanently high, his hull is just going to start dropping. So we can already see it happening, yeah, as he goes down very quickly. Now that Radiant has plowed into the back of their line here. Remember, I have not given them any commands aside from full assault. And they're taking down one of the most dangerous fleets in the game. So, I mean, there you go. Now, all these fighters just bearing down on him, he has no chance whatsoever winning this fight. He might do some damage, he might kill another Mora, but, you know, that's okay. We can just recover them after the fight. It's not a problem. But we're just seeing now people are just dumping Reapers into this guy. He can't keep his shields up at all. If he does, he just dies. And there he goes. So, not too bad whatsoever. So what's the end result? Well, ship recovery, and there we go. Got all our stuff back. The remnants absolutely hate us. That's okay. We're just gonna drop some random garbage off. It doesn't matter. We're going to just reload. So we can go fight the station. But this is the whole... I got a alpha core last time I tested this. And do we have enough crew? Yeah, we have plenty of crew left. Okay, sounds good. Let's turn off sensors so we can just see everything. Now let's get everyone's attention. And I want to go fight... Actually, I want to load. We were going to do a... we were going to do a joke playthrough. That was going to be called, like, Carrier Group Bravo. Like a play on KGB. And then Russia decided to invade Ukraine. And it was like, yeah, maybe not. Alright, so we have this Remnant Nexus. Can these guys defeat the Remnant Nexus? I'm assuming the answer is probably yes, but maybe not. Let's find out. Holy crap, I can send in almost everyone. This is probably going to be very one-sided. This is probably going to be very one-sided for us. Hopefully for us, because we have so many Reaper torpedoes. Oh man, it lags just with all this stuff on the screen. Alright, so we have the lasers coming in from the Remnant Nexus. I'm going to try and move the screen slowly. We have the battle starting. So, if you recall Nexi, they have these guys, they basically have the best of low-tech and high-tech. So they have a lot of shields, they have 3 shield bays, and they have just tons of guns that are very modular, so that they do pretty well. And we are in full assault, right? Yeah. Okay, we are. Let's just move. Alright. So, we already have one of the Moras was overwhelmed, and there's a lot of firepower here. So I think the Moras will move up and just overwhelm it and destroy it. But I don't know if they will or not. They have more Reapers, which means they can go and do a lot more damage. The question is, will they go and do a lot more damage? But they are starting to engage. They're getting within that extremely dangerous range for the station, where they're going to have it surrounded eventually. And once that happens, the station is kind of not going to be able to recharge his shields. I'm going to just see like tons of Reapers coming in. And we're going to probably start seeing our first overloads on shields pretty soon, I think. We're already seeing some of the station components being destroyed, so that's really bad for the remnant station. That looks good for us, bad for them. But now we're having that wraparound, so the remnant station is starting to get overwhelmed. It's not able to maintain its shields all the time, and so it's not going to be able to vent a whole lot of flux. What this translates to is it's probably dead. At this point, it's probably doomed. Because it's not being able to kill the Moras. We haven't lost a single Mora yet. But it's lost several station components, and it's barely like, it doesn't even, on this bottom part, like over here, there's nothing left. There's nothing that fires over here. It's all here right now, simply because there's so many Reaper torpedoes coming in. It just doesn't have a chance. And there we go. So this mono fleet can kill Remnant Nexus in the Remnant Nexi. It can kill. Let's just see what we get when we scavenge. Then we have our fully surveyed super world here, which is really nice. But bountiful farmland, all this good stuff. But yeah, we wouldn't be able to take on the entire fleet, but are there any like super fleets here with multiple, with like 3-4 battleships? Yeah, there's one there. That's a 5-star. So there are 2 5-stars. I am just curious as to if this can take on a 5-star. Because if it can, that just breaks. That just makes it broken, utterly broken. Hello. I want that one. So which one is it? Him. So let's just see if we can manufacture this or not. And see if we can take out a 5-star. Of course, we can just teleport around at will. So maybe we can start splitting these guys up. Maybe we can't. Okay, well, there's 2 of those. So that's good. But splitting them up is going to be a bit of a chore here. We could just start destroying them. I mean, I don't think we can just delete them. He moves 8, we move at 8, so yeah, it's nice. He's over there. What I want is to get just within range of him, so he turns around and comes after us. Okay, that works. So let's go ahead and quick save so we can see what happens. And let's bounce. Alright, let's move to engage. And let's let these guys do their thing. So, because we don't have any officers, they actually get more deployment points than we do. That's okay. We're going to have everyone... We're going to have half the fleet over here. We're going to have the other fleet over there. Yeah, no. Yeah, we can't disable sensors in combat, I don't think. But so if we press Q in dev mode, we can just look at everyone. That's nice. So we're gonna take these, and then when the enemy fleet comes for us, we will take them down. I don't know what the enemy forces look like, but it should work out quite nicely for us. This guy is about to get riggedy wrecked. He has that one Reaper. There's that one laser, one pulse laser. And there he goes. We have this glimmer over here. Yeah. and a lumen over there. Yeah, Fulgence, he's not going to stand a chance whatsoever against us. Alright. So, let's go ahead, and once he dies, we're going to initiate our full assault. There he goes. Alright, guys. Slam into their side and just destroy them. So even he is moving forward, but he's also kind of staying a little. Well, he's not staying back enough, but you know, he's doing his job. He's doing his best. All right, took out another Fulgence, and now this Mora is as good as dead, but he's also maxed out. Well, he wasn't maxed out. Let's go ahead and throw in another 2 of those. Seems as though we lost 2 Moras. That's okay. But they should be able to hold off over here for a while all of this just slams into this and destroys everything. So the nice part about fighters is that when they go off to attack an enemy, they do a pretty good job of giving us more vision. So in a way, it's really nice. I mean, they're just losing their carriers left and right here, so that works for us. The fewer carriers they have, the more one-sided this fight is going to be. As you can see, the Radiant here is, you know, it's doing damage to the Moras, but the Moras are all sort of protecting each other. This guy's out in the front, and so it looks like he might. No, he wasn't venting, but the Radiant had to back off, which means this is going to be somewhat of a one-sided fight over there. This is already a one-sided fight. He really can't stand up to this, so his health is just dropping precipitously. This guy is up against 2 Moras, so his only choice really is to run away. And so he's dead. This guy's going to die next, and they're probably going to swoop right in here and start destroying this guy and his escorts. The Thunders, of course, get there first. They're out in the front. And, well, they just disable the enemy so they can't move. That works fantastically. And so now we have these. So these guys are in trouble, but these guys are going to swoop in and pretty much just kill this Radiant here, which is really the corner, really just the flag, the archstone of the fleet. Really, these guys cannot really compete. They're doing, you know, a good amount of damage to this guy, but with that one dead, this guy might be in trouble, but this guy's probably in a lot more trouble considering he's surrounded by 2 carriers. So this Radiant is as good as dead at this point. There's so much surrounding it. It might take something with it, but not really. So he might kill this guy. Let's go ahead and look at him. And just looking at him, yeah, his armor is pretty much gone everywhere. A Mora was disabled, so we'll just throw out some more Moras, because why not? We have plenty. What's going to happen for these poor Radiants is all of their support ships are already dead. So they're going to come out and they're going to try and fight the Mora fleet, but the Mora fleet is just going to surround them and destroy them like this. So really, they don't have a chance. Can we throw anything else? No. So this guy's as good as dead. Who else is as good as dead? Well, these guys seem to be doing pretty well for themselves, actually. Holding off the enemy. Sustaining themselves, surviving. And yeah, he's just surrounded by fighters, so he's getting death of a million cuts. Just, he's getting shot with so many 22s right now. Alright, so we have these fighters coming in. This guy's stepping up. He thinks he's going to do something. Now these 2 Moras are probably dead. This one is... He's screaming, hey y'all, watch this, and charging right on it. But this guy's dead, and then these are going to swoop in and just slaughter everything. So we're trying to avoid giving them any orders, just so we can let the ships do their thing. and he is going to die very quickly. There he goes, and that guy's probably doomed. No probably about it. He's completely screwed. His engines might already be disabled. Yeah, just from the thunders. So yeah, he's screwed. All he can do is just scream impotently as he explodes. And now this guy is deciding to solo the entire enemy fleet by himself. He's got this. He's assured us that he knows exactly what he's doing and he's ready. Sacrificing him to take out this Radiant, though, might be worth it. He's like, hey y'all, I got this. Don't you worry about me. I'm good. And the fleet, the other captains sort of shrug and they say, okay, sounds good. As they all jump this guy. Alright. Down he goes. Let's go ahead and send another one in. We can already see this Radiant. It's, well, it's high on flux constantly. And it's just getting absolutely bombarded by all these fighters. You can see its armor is starting to fall apart on various parts of it, which is fantastic. Because once that Radiant is dead, there won't be much else that can stand in our way. As you can see, the Reaper spam is just coming in, and it just got overloaded, so if they have any Reapers left, didn't even need them. So, yeah, these guys are not going to stand up to this at all. Can't send anything else in. There's going to be another Radiant coming in, I think. Not sure where it is, but this battle is pretty much over at this point. Oh no, another Mora went down. Good thing we got another. Just sending in the endless supply of Moras. And, well, as you can see, he's screwed. This guy's screwed now. All those Reapers coming in. He's already overwhelmed, so this guy over here is probably going to Reaper him. Yep, there we go. And, you know, did a bunch of good damage there. And all these other Reapers coming in. These guys really just do not have a chance. Oh, and the last Radiant comes in the back. Snipes a Mora. Is he going to snipe a second Mora? The second Mora that was hanging out in the back. Is he going to be able to do it? He's not going to last very long, though. Can he kill them? This Mora is just stepping up. He's like, hey man, bring it on. You think I'm scared of you? Show me what you got. Starts reaping his shields. He's giving them the Michigan salute the entire time. You don't know what the Michigan salute is, just look it up. He's just like, you think Reapers scare me? As the fighter spam comes in now. Alright, nice. That one Reaper torpedo hit a fighter early, so then it bounced off. It hit an enemy fighter specifically. Alright, so he's already starting to have problems, but this Mora decided to come back. He's like, I got this. And the thing is, this is really strong with its Reaper torpedoes, but each of these Moras has just amazing point defense. So not only are they anti-carrier, but they're also anti-missile. So even just trying to flood missiles at these guys, or flood carriers at these guys, doesn't really do much. Like, most of the Reaper torpedoes, unless they are venting or using their special, don't even reach them. Now, we have two coming in, so those will probably reach. But otherwise, probably not. Now, normally, fighting this fleet, fighting a 4-star fleet, is generally considered just not a good idea. I think is the nice way to put it. But in this case, there's just such overwhelming force that it doesn't matter. Alright, so this is the last of that 5-star fleet. The fleet that we should not have stood a chance against. Should have absolutely destroyed us. And, well, it's not doing too well. We have 3 more Reapers coming in, and down it goes. Alright, we can claim victory. Get our ships back. And then we can get an alpha for out of that. Alright, that sounds good. Now we don't necessarily want to take a fight right now, so we would instead, where we're actually playing right now, we would just drop some fuel, drop some of that. We have enough crew to keep going. And then we would just, you know, run away. We'd hit sustain burn, then we would just leave. And we come back and fight another day. So, skills. Here's all those skills that we've got. So this allows you to build in extra hull mods, build in 1 extra permanent hull mod. This lets you reduce the deployment cost of ships without captains. This allows you to reduce the ship deployment cost by 6% per DMod up to 5 DMods, or 30%. And all of these work for our Moras in one way or another. This gives us the ability to carry more stuff and more fuel, which lets us go anywhere. This gives us extra hull integrity and combat readiness for ships recovered in combat, just in case you got caught in a chain of combats. And then we have these. This gives us extra fuel salvaged and reduces fuel consumption. This is just more industry on planets. We could swap this out with something else. If we wanted to, we could swap it out with this. So we could do that. Yeah, we can do that. We have infinite skill points. We can do that. None of these can be made elite, I don't think. Only things that affect your ship can be made elite. And take that. But yeah, this would be like our super build, I guess. So with this, we can pretty much win any fight in the game with no real problems whatsoever. Here's the question. Can we really win any fight in the game with this? Well, I'm not too sure. Let's go ahead and swap those back around. Quick save, why not? And then let's go see if we can find the super redacted fight. Because I know it's around here somewhere. I just don't remember where. And I haven't done the story quest, so I don't exactly have it. I don't think it shows up here either. But I can just teleport there. And then I can sort of look for a purple patch. It's out in the middle of nowhere around no stars. So maybe we can find it. I don't know. Oh, that might be it. But we need transverse jump. So let's go ahead and transverse jump in. Okay, so we have this, and then we have that over there. Well, so, you know, quick to build back. So we have this there. What does it say? Oh, yes. We have this over here, just adventure. That's for the story. And we have this guy. This ultra redacted. Okay. So as you can notice, there's no music in here. I also can't see what kind of officer they have, but we can hail it. Nothing happens. Let's go ahead and move to engage. Now, this ship is notoriously powerful against carriers. It's basically a capital class ship that hard counters carriers to an extent. More so than a Doom does. However, we have a lot of fighters. And I mean a lot of fighters. Let's just go and see how well this works. So each one of these basically can kill a fighter, and it can tell those to focus on attacking a single ship. And this has pretty high burst damage, but it looks like the motes are just nowhere near enough to really overpower it. However, it is pretty good at keeping its distance, because the Moras are quite slow. So I'm just curious whether or not the Mora fleet can actually take it on. Looks like it has taken a little bit of damage, but it's cleared all the fighters that were out there. That's just the power of the motes. But if you look at it, it's relatively high on flux, which is really not good for it. Now it can dodge those Reapers, but can it do enough to completely defeat this fleet before all the fighters go and annihilate it? As you can see, its flux is slowly increasing, and this is really the danger that phase ships face. Once their flux gets high enough, they will have to stop being in P-space, and usually they'll have to vent. But this fight is now going to become very one-sided, because it can't stay in P-space for very long. So it won the initial battle, but now it's going to have to start coming out of P-space a lot more often. And unfortunately, that's bad for it, because we can see its hull is already entirely compromised. And while it is able to clear a lot of those fighters, the simple reality is that it can't necessarily clear enough of them. Let's go ahead and throw more of these in there. But it does have a really good captain on it who is repairing their hull. As you can see, all those Reapers, I think one of them might have connected. And it just took 2 Reapers to the base because it had to come out of P-space. And there it goes. So yeah, this fleet can even take on the ship that you're not supposed to be able to defeat. These guys can take on the ship that you're not supposed to be able to win against. And yeah, if you just fail to collect the ziggurat, then it just stays there, derelict. And you can't, just in case you're interested, you can't actually colonize the ship. Colonize this. If we were to just look on here, we would see this has no modifiers whatsoever, because you just can't colonize it. Is there anything in this system? I don't think so. Seems to be maybe something out there. It is a heavily shielded catch. Okay, we'll just skip this by dealing random damage to enemy ships until they all explode. Then we can claim victory and pick through the records. I'm just curious as to what's in there, because I didn't know this existed. So, you begin the salvage operation. Oh, you can get, like, the special weapons. That's nice. So I guess those exist, you know, out there. But yeah, that was the Ziggurats. That was the most dangerous fleet in the game, and we just annihilated it without any kind of real problems. So yeah, there you go. So guys, my name has been Muir. This has been some problems there, I guess. My name has been Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a RC6. This has been the Medley Mora Plus fleet that has had absolutely no problem killing everything in the game, even the things that are supposed to hard counter it. And this is something that you can just start building right from the beginning of the game. Whenever you get a Mora, just start putting these specific full mods on it, getting all of this, and basically these become when you get a critical mass of these, I don't know, 5, 10, they effectively become death. The enemy can't really fight them. With enemy frigates, they get destroyed by the fighters. With enemy destroyers, they get destroyed by the fighters and the Reapers. With enemy cruisers, they get destroyed by the Reaper torpedoes, and the carriers get destroyed by the Reaper torpedoes as well. When it comes to enemy fighters, they just get shot down by all the Vulcan cannons that we have and our fighters. And when it comes to mass missile spam, that all gets shot down by the Vulcan cannons as well. So there isn't really a whole lot this doesn't counter in some way, shape, or form, but it's not going to be a fair fight for the Mora if it has to take something on 1v1. And, again, we are using this, and that. Which means this is a late game build. Which means you need to wait till the late game for this to come fully online. So, if you have to choose, probably get this last. This gives you a greater bonus. So, if I had to choose how to build this, the first thing I would do would probably be this. The second one would be here. The third one would be here for fuel. Then if you're doing colonies, industrial planning. If you're not doing colonies, then this one to use fewer supplies. And then that one. After that, I would go and just go for whichever of these you can get. I would go with these two first. That increases fighters. After that, because we want extra combat readiness as well as doing more damage, this only affects ships with officers. This only affects ships with officers. This affects all ships. I would go with probably that one. And we really aren't using officers right now. So I'd go with that one, and then finally there. Then, when you're getting the rest, it doesn't really matter. These both require officers, these improve officers, and this finally is what you really want, which gives you an extra hull mod. So that's how I would do it. Build this one up first, then the ones that don't require officers into this, and then the ones that require officers into that one. So, there you have it. That's the build. This is the ship. And as we saw, it kills pretty much everything. So there you go. My name has been Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a RC6. Go ahead, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just share the video with whoever you think would like it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.